Hi my lovelies, welcome to the channel. So today we have got my November TBR. I love a TBR. Do I ever follow them? Not really, but I still love doing them. I figured the best place to start with this is to see how I did on my October TBR, and my October TBR was 7 books. Does anyone want to guess how many I've read so far? This is a TBR, by the way, that I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read almost all of the ones on this one because I'm so excited about all of them. I've got tons of new releases. I've got things that I can't wait for. I read one of them. So we're slacking a little bit. Maybe I'll be able to read another one before the month is over, but let's be realistic, probably not. So October TBR, 1 out of 7. So I'm hoping November will be better. We've got 8 to talk about today. And as you can probably tell, I don't religiously follow my TBR. It's kind of just in case you forget what you were excited about, or if you're ever needing something to read. It's just kind of there in my back pocket. I don't really follow it, but I try to. I would like to read the stuff off here because this is stuff that I'm all very excited about. So I want to share it with you because maybe you'll get excited about them too. So we've got 8 to talk about today. We've got a mix of dark romance. We've got a mix of hockey romance. We've got some we've got some fantasy, we've got some monster, some alien romance, the whole 9. We're going all over the map today, and I can't wait to share them with you. So let's just get right into it. The first one is the dark romance, and this is Swallow Your Fear by Carly Brenna. This one, I don't know where I found this book, but I have been in the mood for dark, fun romances, and this seems like it fits. So basically this one follows Bryn, and she has just found out that her boyfriend has been cheating on her. So she moves out of their place, she goes and she stays in a hotel, and things are kind of looking up, and then one night she's staying there and this masked man breaks into her hotel room, and then he kind of declares that she is now his and that she's gonna move in with him. So that's what the synopsis of that one is. It's basically he breaks into her room and then tells her to leave with him. Is this gonna be a super emotional book? No, but I just want something fun, and I think that this will probably deliver. And I have weirdly been loving masked MMCs lately. Don't really know what that says about me, but I think it'll be good. And then we've got the complete opposite thing, and that's the Marriage Hex by Sarah Blue. This one follows Violet and Silas, and they have been friends their whole lives. They were best friends when they were kids. God tier trope, by the way. They were best friends when they were kids, and she is a witch and he is a werewolf or a shifter. I don't really know the difference, but he is one of the two. And when she turns 16, her powers manifest, and she and Silas are separated. But before that can happen, when they're still in the throes of their friendship, they make a little marriage pact. They say, you know, if we're still single by the time we're 30, we'll marry each other. So they go their separate ways when they get separated. They don't speak to each other, but neither of them realize that that pact that they made was actually magical. And Violet kind of cast it into fruition. So it's binding. They are locked in this marriage pact that they made when they were kids. And her coven and his pack do not get along. They are mortal enemies, and now they're getting married. I am very excited about this because I, first off, been loving werewolf romances lately, and secondly, childhood best friends to lovers is one of my god tier tropes. It's one of my favorite things to read in books ever, and so I am just so excited for this. I cannot wait. Plus, it's gonna be forced proximity because they're having to get married, and so I'm assuming they're gonna live together. I think this will be really good, so I'm very excited about this one. For this one, you're gonna need to forgive me if I pronounce the names wrong because this is in a fantasy world and they have interesting names. So this one is Halfling by S.E. Wendell, and this one follows Sorsha. I'll put it here because I think the cover is gonna be here. But this one follows Sorsha and Auric, and Sorsha is kidnapped. She's human and she's kidnapped by slavers, and she is sold to a clan of orcs. When they're on their way into this orc village, they run into Auric, and he is a part of this orc clan, but he is kind of on the outside because he is a halfling, and his mother was a slave just like Sorsha is, and because he is a halfling, he has been kind of exiled. He's still a part of it, but he is a very distant part of it. And so when he sees Sorsha, something just tells him, I cannot let her go in there, and he frees her. She is really scared of him because she was supposed to be sold to a bunch of orcs, and they are now both on the run from this orc king or clan leader that she was sold to and that he betrayed. And while they're running, they start to become friends and eventually more. And so I am very excited about this one because there is something about an MMC who is just kind of sad that I really like reading, and I really like it when they are just brought to life by their partner. This could be for an FMC as well, but there's just something about a character who is so down and who is so just like hopeless in life and just lonely and feels like they have nothing to offer and nobody is there for them, and then they finally find love. I love books like that, and so I think that this could be kind of like that, and I've just been loving monster romances lately, so I have a very good feeling about this. The next one, this one I'm very excited about, and this is Game Changer by Rachel Reed. This series has been on my TBR for ages, but I'm finally moving it up this month because Heated Rivalry, which is book 2, is coming out on Crave, and I need to read the books before I watch that show, and it looks incredible, by the way. If you haven't watched the trailer for it, you should. The one guy is... But I'm just so excited for that show to come out. So this one follows Scott and Kip, and Scott is a hockey player. He is paid very well. He is the superstar of his team. He's the shit, right? But he's in a bit of a funk right now. He can't really get himself where he was. Like, he's just stuck. He can't really get himself back. He can't find his groove. Then he goes into this little like smoothie shop and he meets Kip. He gets a smoothie from him, they chat, and he brightens his day a little bit, and then he wins, and he does really, really well on the ice. So he goes back to the shop, speaks to Kip again, and the same thing happens. And so Scott, being a hockey player, being super superstitious, he's like, I need to keep going and seeing Kip because I'm winning. It has to do with Kip, obviously. And so Kip very quickly becomes more than just a way to fix Scott's game. He becomes somebody that he needs and somebody that makes his life better in all aspects. And I am so excited for this one. I haven't really heard anything about Game Changer. I've only heard about Heated Rivalry. So I'm just very excited for this. And I love an MM romance. If you have watched any video here, I love MM romances. And the fact that one is getting adapted, you will not get me to shut up about this when it comes out. I'm so excited. And so this is a book that I will definitely read because I am not watching this show without reading the book. So I'm basically going to be reading Game Changer and then also Heated Rivalry. I'm hoping I can get through a majority of this series this month because there's going to be characters from other books, and so I got to be prepared. I got to do my homework, you know? So I'm for sure reading Game Changer. I'll probably read Heated Rivalry, and we'll go from there. But Game Changer is a must. This next one I've been wanting to read for a while, but my friend, she just read it and she loved it. And so I'm reading this for her, and that is Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. This is one that, if I'm honest, the description didn't really stand out to me, but she absolutely loved it. So I'm reading this for you. If it sucks, you will be hearing from me, Maurice, okay? So this better be good. But this one follows Grant and Lainey. Grant is an ex-cop. He lives in this little small town with his brothers. He has a bad past. I couldn't find very much about his past, and I didn't want to look too deeply because I didn't want to get spoiled, but he has a little bit of a rocky past. He has some trauma. And then Lainey strolls into his town, and she is everything that he is trying to avoid. She is a beautiful woman. She looks like she's on the run from something, and she is just kind of dangerous and mysterious, and so he knows that he needs to run in the opposite direction and keep this woman as far away from him as possible. But his brothers, on the other hand, they don't get the memo because they're like, no, you're gonna come stay in our guest house. You're gonna get a job in our family distillery. You are gonna be inserted in every single aspect of our lives that Grant is trying to keep you away from. And eventually, obviously, lines begin to blur. Grant can't stay away, and both of their pasts kind of start catching up to them. And I'm very curious about this one. I've seen it a lot, and so I've heard really good things about it. That's probably not a good thing. I feel like I'm getting my hopes up a little bit. I might have set my expectations too high, but I trust Maurice. If you let me down, you'll not hear the end of it. So I'm reading this for you, probably, hopefully. I'm gonna try. I will do it for you. But yeah, so that is Bourbon and Lies. I am excited about this one because I love a series following brothers, and apparently this one's really good, so I'm very excited about it. I hope that I read it. This next one, I know for a fact that I'm gonna read, and I have said that about so many books and TBRs that I didn't actually end up reading, but this one I think I will read, and that is The Defender by Anna Huang. Listen, When I read The Striker, which is book 1, I was very intrigued by Vincent and I was really excited for his book. Then, the other day, I saw that this book is roommates. I am reading this for sure, okay? Because I am so excited about this one. So this one follows Vincent, who is the FMC in book 1's brother. And he is on top of the world, right? He's the captain of the team. He's making bank. And things are just coming up Vincent. He is living the life of a king. But then he gets a stalker and he cannot go home anymore. And so he needs somewhere to stay. And the only place that is available is Brooklyn's place. And Brooklyn is Vincent's sister's best friend and also his coach's daughter. And they need to become roommates until Vincent can go home. Are you kidding me? I am so excited for this. I really liked The Striker, but I felt that it was a little bit longer than it needed to be, but I really liked how it was written, and I also really liked how it dealt with her chronic pain. I think that that was done really well. And if you know me, you know that I do not remember anything about the books that I read. There's few things that stand out to me in books. Even books that I really love, a lot of times I'll forget things. But that is one thing about that book that I really remembered because I thought it was done so well. And as somebody with chronic pain, it was just so nice to read somebody just being seen like that and being taken care of without being asked. Having somebody research ways to care for you when you're in pain. And so I think that that was a really strong start to the series, and I am so excited to see where it can go. And so I'm very excited about this one. It's coming out at the end of this month. And so if I don't read this, that is terrible because I have over a month to read it. So I need to do this. If I don't read it, I'm going to be very angry at myself. The next one is The Wraith King by Juliet Cross. This one is a fantasy one, and this one, it's in a fae world, and in this universe there is light fae and there is dark fae, and they have been at war for as long as anybody can remember. Like, these two forces are always fighting. The princess of the light fae, her name is Una, she hears that the Wraith King, who is the leader of the dark fae, he will end the war and he will stop fighting if she surrenders herself to him. And if she gives herself to him, he'll end the war. So to protect her people, she agrees, and she thinks that, oh, you know, he's just taking me because he wants to strengthen his side. He wants to have somebody from the light on his side. He wants to take away the princess and kind of ruin the royal family on that side. But he is actually wanting her because she is his mate. I am feral for fated mates romance, especially if it's enemies to lovers. I love it so much. I have never read anything by this author, but apparently her writing is really good. Apparently it's something that you can really get immersed in. And so I am so excited for this one. I think it'll be really good. I think this is one that's definitely lower on my TBR and one that I will probably forget about. But the moment that I am craving a fantasy romance, I'm picking this up like yesterday. I think that this one will be really good. And so I hope that I remember to read it because I think it'll be really good and I'm very excited about it. We are on to the last one. I feel like this is the fastest TBR I've ever done. I'm just like rapid firing. I'm pretty proud of myself actually, but this is Captive of the Horde King by Zoe Draven. I have read the Brides of Kylor series by Zoe Draven and I really, really liked it. And this is one of her earlier series and I think it's complete. I might be wrong, but I'm very excited about this one. I have been wanting to read it for a long time. And it's one of those ones that I've just always kind of forgotten about, but I have been craving morally gray men who are also soft. I don't really know how to explain it. You know what I'm talking about though. So this one follows Luna and her family. They live in this really poor town and it's on this planet called Dakar, I want to say. It's spelled like this. And it is controlled by the Dakari, which is the alien race that controls the planet. Their town is very poor and Luna knows that if she makes these people mad, they will kill her like that. So she keeps her head down. She just plays her part. She's the cog in the machine. She doesn't cause any drama. She just keeps her head down and just hopes and prays that nobody really notices her. She wants to stay as invisible as possible. Her brother, on the other hand, he screws up really bad one day. I think he sets a really bad fire that destroys a huge chunk of their town. And so the Dakari come down and they're like, we need to punish you for this. And Luna doesn't want her brother to be punished, so she puts herself up for punishment instead and offers herself to the Dakari. And the king of the Dakari, his name is Orokan. I think he decides to take her. He doesn't want to punish her, he wants to take her. And so she thinks, okay, I'm gonna be his slave, I'll be his concubine, that kind of thing. But he wants her for a different reason. He wants her to be his queen. I am so excited about this. Based on what I have heard about this book, it seems like this man is gone for her and so obsessed with her and making her happy, and I am so excited. My biggest thing with alien romance is I just love when there's like a language barrier, but it's with actions, like an action barrier kind of, and so the men are just super obsessed because that's just how they love, and they don't know that it comes off really crazy, and so they're just like completely in your face and just like oozing love, and it's the best thing ever. So I love alien romance. You know what? I'll shout it from the rooftops. It's one of my favorite things to read, and so I would really like to read this one because I really liked Zoe Draven's other series, and I think this one is like 7 books long, so I would love to get into this universe, and she has a lot more, so I just want to read the whole Zoe Draven verse. I think that's a series and an author's backlist that I'm very excited to check out. But yeah, that is the whole TBR. Am I gonna read all of this? Probably not. I would really like to because there are some books on here that I am super excited about, but I'm not gonna put too much pressure on myself. I have family coming to visit in November. They're gonna be here pretty much for the whole month, so I don't think I'm gonna get a ton of reading done, but I'm gonna try my best. And so, yeah, I'm not gonna put too much pressure on myself. If I had to guess, let's do a little prediction here. I think I will probably read Game Changer and The Defender, for sure. Maybe Captive of the Horde King as well. I'm gonna say I'll read Game Changer and The Defender for sure. I'll give myself those 2. Those are my predictions for the month. I'm hoping that they are right, but knowing me, they probably won't be. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you got excited about one of these books. Let me know down below what your favorite book was in October. If there's anything you're excited to read in November, I would love to hear about the things that you're loving. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you staying till the end if you have, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, my lovelies.